think we are. Let me get my stuff going here. Okay. I'll wait for chat to kind of start up. Just to double check to see if if you can hear me and if you can hear the desktop audio. Use system. Okay. Think I've got it together here. That music is very loud. Raise up my balance here. Okay. Well, I think everything's going. We'll just kind of wait and see. But yeah, this stream's going to be just me continuing map building, or I guess map making, and then world building. Hey, DK, okay? How you doing? Just need to bring that music down a little bit on my end. Yeah, we're just going to be going ahead and doing some map making. Hey, Pelly. I actually realized I've never said your name aloud, so I hope it's pronounced Pelly. But yeah, last week we started laying down all these hills and all these mountains that are on. I guess I can actually gesture with my pen. We started laying down all these mountains and hills and started shading them. But now I've finished that over the ensuing 2 weeks. I guess it's been since I last streamed because work was really hectic. Yeah, we're that's right. Really liking the texture and feel of the map. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, no, it's based on, hopefully my audio's okay. It's very loud in my ear, but I'm not sure if that's just my ear being that or what. But if it's only on my end, not the stream mix end, but we'll find out. Yeah, no, it's just a couple of basic effects kind of overlaid onto each other. There's 3 different paper textures that are overlaid in different ways with like darken and multiply layers, and then the ocean effect is just a blue tint with a little bit of erasure and what's the word I'm thinking of, opacity settings on there. So you know, it's nothing too big, but it goes a long way to kind of like get the map looking nice, I guess. Is what I'm trying to get going here. But yeah, we put down the hills. I've already started working on the I make vintage style photos. Yeah, actually, it's very much how I went about this when I was looking up guides on how to make it look the way I wanted it. So you're playing Rule the Waves a while back. Will you play Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as well? It's very similar, not in 3D. Hey, Fanstar. Fanstar, that's Fanstar 1. That's I know that profile picture, but it's not clicking in my head. To the question for Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, I'm aware of the game. I just don't... I've heard good and bad things kind of back and forth. It's still in development from what I know, and I don't really want to get into doing content like that again. So we're kind of just... I'm playing it by ear. Maybe eventually I'll start doing gameplay and stuff on this channel again, but I don't know. Hello. Yeah, it looks like everybody's kind of jumping in. Um, but yeah, also just to give you all a heads up, apparently, nature hates the fact that I'm streaming because it just started raining really hard and thundering out. So my power goes out, my power goes out, or if my internet goes out, my internet goes out. I'm not on PDX. And that's probably why you remember me. Yeah, probably. Probably. Actually, no, I think you tagged me, or somebody tagged me, and you were like in an adjacent message, like not like 30 minutes ago or something. So that's probably why. But yeah, no. So the plan for today, since I've gotten down the cities and villages and all those icons, I need to start putting down roads and pathways and all that kind of stuff. If I can get them all down, then I can get to labeling stuff, which is going to take, you know, ages. Because there's a lot of little settlements here and there. Yeah, hopefully this is still working. Correct. My analytics page is just not doing the best right now in terms of, or at least it's not saying it's doing well, but YouTube's YouTube, so I don't know. But yeah, just like getting a bit closer here to show what I've been doing over the ensuing week. So for the map, it's a kind of, it's a regional map of an area, like continent, for my upcoming D&D, well, I guess my upcoming role-playing group. So, the plan is to make this a little bit more detailed than the map it's based off of, but I've just used what I had first, and then kind of, I'm going to be trying to, I guess, expand upon it. First thing I've been doing is I've made some new symbols for settlements. So we have like a little diamond for small villages, a diamond with a circle for medium, and then a little pentagon for larger cities. Those have been populated across the map using my previous map as an overlay. So that's been kind of put down there. And yeah, let's start work on the various roadways. I gotta get a layer going here. I'm going to put the layer underneath my terrain layer where I have my various bits and pieces kind of set about so that the roads kind of go underneath it, and it'll look a bit more, I guess, cohesive. This is a loud track. Why is this so loud? I'm going to go to another one. Paradox Interactive. Just going to put up, I don't know, Stellaris. We're going to do that. That's a bit less verbose. So yeah, hopefully you can all still hear me, because I see my stream's a little bit hit or miss right now, but that's probably because of the whole storm going on. So we'll see. But yeah, let's start working on paths. Now, what I'm going to do is, I think I've got something already for this. I just got to find where my markers are. Pretty sure I made a dotted line. Yeah, dotted line. So let me just double check that this is the correct one. Yeah, that's correct. I just need that to be a bit larger. Probably an 8. Yeah, that works. So yeah, we're just gonna start connecting up things here. Get little paths going. See, the thing I didn't anticipate when I started doing these streams was the fact that I've already done most of the world building aspects when I originally made this map, so there's not a huge amount to talk about in terms of like justifying what I'm doing and where everything is. Which does kind of suck because I do like using these streams as kind of like a, I guess, a teaching tool for world building. But, you know, whatever works. Yeah, we're just using my previous map as a guide. For this. We'll just connect everything up. Kind of like a zen little stream. Nothing too big. Maybe if I get pretty far on here, I'll also start working on the area map I need to make for this setting. For this game. Which will be a much smaller scale. Which means more detail, but should work. Shouldn't have to do too much for that. Found a couple of nice little brush packs for assets, so I don't have to hand draw settlement symbols or anything like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah, the problem, I just don't know if my sound mixing's good. Nobody said anything, so hopefully it is. Okay. That. Double check, make sure my chat is working. Refresh my chat, maybe. Yeah, guess it is. Okay. Got that. Start connecting everything up. This part should be relatively quick. It's going to be the labels that are going to take the longest amount of time. Yeah, we go ahead and let's get all these roads connected. Pally, I'm just chilling with this on my other monitor. It's bringing back memories of making loads of custom brushes for making ecology maps, however. See, I've never made a custom brush before, actually. I usually just use whatever somebody else has done because they know what they're doing more than I do. So and I don't really need anything special. Basically, I use these art programs just for making, like, maps, just for cartography. So usually you just need a pretty decent pen tool, maybe a charcoal brush or something for shading, but I don't usually do that at all. This is kind of the first map I've actually done shading on things before. But yeah, this is just supposed to be about kind of chilling, decompressing, doing something, you know, enjoyable. While also being productive, because I definitely need this done for the game that this is going to be for, so... Definitely gonna have to add a couple more settlements in this area. Scale's small enough that it needs that detail. Mm. I think that's the south with all of its roads up. Start to road up Folden. Okay. Hope everybody's having a good night. And, you know, everything's going well. I know for some of the people that were in chat, it's been a little bit of a stressful few days. Yeah, just a little bit, Pelly. Just a little bit. Did I get all those roads? Looks like I did. I always find working on something, like making something, whether it's a map or writing something, always helps me kind of de-stress. distress. My distress games have become Deep Rock Galactic and Surviving the Aftermath, then mini painting afterwards. Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, Surviving the Aftermath, I like that a lot too. It's I went through like oh god, what was it? I always do this thing with like city builders where I'll do a couple of days where I'll just play nothing but those, and then I kind of get through all the content and I can't play it for a while. I just recently did that with a game called Foundations, or it was either Foundations or Foundation. It's like a medieval city management kind of game that actually really like. It was actually the if I didn't feel the muse when before the stream started, that was going to be the stream, was me just playing Foundation. Did the same with Foundation. Yeah. It's an addictive little game. I love it. For 2 weeks. I got to like, I don't know what it's hold on. Don't pay attention to whatever that just was on my Steam. Let me just check. Foundation. I bought it. God, when did I buy this? I bought it, must have been 2 weeks ago or something like that. I already have 22 hours played in it. It's one of those games. It's anything that lets me kind of like just make stuff. Those games are kind of like, I just mainline them for so long. But since YouTube alerted me you were alive, I've done 2 streams in the last couple of weeks. Inquisitor, I did a another map making stream 2 weeks ago, and last Saturday I did a hobby stream where I painted miniatures and stuff in my hobby shop. So I've been doing stuff. Just YouTube doesn't push notifications that well. Been very busy with work, so I haven't done recorded content in a long time. But I can do live streams, so I decided might as well get back into it a little bit. Doesn't like small channels. Yeah, it does not like small channels. That's true. Well, it's good to see that you got some word that this was going on. Glad you could join us, even though this stream is a little bit lower quality than the last few, because there's a big storm rolling through my area, and that affects my internet pretty hard. So there might be some dropped frames and a couple of stutters here or there, but it shouldn't be that bad. Hopefully not too bad, at least. And hopefully my music isn't too loud or obtrusive. It's hard to tell. I don't have quick access to my stream mix to listen, because you're kind of listening to the thing that I would hear my stream mix on, so I don't want to give you all a lot of echoes. just see if I've missed any roadways. There's one I missed. Oh, no wonder that was so loud. That was on 100%. Okay. Yeah, I usually keep that at 50. So what world building? I'm guessing that's you have done instead of do. I'm curious. Been working on my own world using Cyberpunk 2020 system. You know, I haven't really done a huge amount recently because I haven't really needed to. My group's been playing Urban Jungle, which is a kind of has a defined world already, so we haven't really needed a lot of extra world building for a while. And last year I did most of the game prep for our next game, but the problem with that kind of came from the fact that it was Twilight 2000, and Twilight 2000 is based off like a Third World War or a Cold War gone hot scenario, and it uses, you know, you're playing in like Eastern Poland and stuff during a World War III, and kind of it was supposed to take place. It was supposed to start like in like 2 weeks is when we were going to start the game, and things recently have happened, so we don't really feel comfortable doing that. So I'm right now doing kind of an emergency game creation. I'm reusing world building from another project so that I can run a game for a system, because we just don't have the time for me to really spend world building a new setting for it. So pretty sure you were here for these. I'm reusing the Lion's Den setting for we're gonna be playing Zweihander, so I'm kind of adapting the world for that, and just kind of reusing that world building that I've already made because it's already been done, so I can have this ready by the time the game's supposed to start in like less than a month. So yeah. Oh yeah, Zweihander is a interesting game, where it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to trying it, and you know, running the game. It feels a lot like second edition Warhammer in a way. So second edition Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. That's what I mean. So yeah, that would be nice. At around the time when gunpowder is becoming more relevant, but still magic is present. Pally, I actually the group that I play with every Tuesday, like with the current game we're playing, the game before that, I had a similar world, and we called the game Sleeping Giants, and one of the defining things about that setting was that gunpowder was starting to become a thing. In fact, the continent that the players were a part of were essentially still kind of stuck in the late medieval period, and it was the continent was being invaded by a foreign empire that had musketry and gunpowder. So it's kind of like I guess an interesting twist on the genre. So yeah, that was it's a cool little trope to play around with. I like it, and also funny enough, Zweihander as a setting does also have firearms in it. You can use guns. I think they're like they're actually flintlocks and not just like matchlocks in the setting. So Like you can play fairly uh fairly advanced technological like games if you want. Ooh, I have to look at that, Pelly. I haven't heard of the Iron Elves novel. If you, I mean, if you're looking for like a little bit of Flintlock fantasy, I have two to suggest. You probably have heard at least one of them. The Powder Mage series is really amazing. It's really, really good. But the other one you might not have heard about, because I didn't know about this, it just kind of came across like a suggested feed, is the Shadow Campaigns series. It's set in, both of them are set in kind of like a Napoleon, like quasi Napoleonic fantasy setting. So it's a fantasy setting, but like Napoleon, I have to take a look at this vine here and come up with some ideas. Yeah, but it's like they're kind of like a, I guess, early, like late 18th, early 19th century level technology like settings. They both take place in separate settings, separate authors and everything, but both of those are really good. Powder Mage really leans into the magic a bit more, at least in the like throughout the series, because like there are people that are powder mages that use magic or have magic kind of tied with black powder. It's an interesting little twist. And the Shadow Campaign series is a bit more grounded, and the magic is a bit more weird, I guess I would say. It's a weird magic setting where like nothing's really defined, and it's super it's like a mystery kind of thing, and most stuff's like just kind of plain I've seen the Shadow Campaigns, one of the books in my local bookstore literally last week. Hey, yeah, I highly suggest it. Also, just as a side thing for the Shadow Campaign series, because it was really interesting. LGBT female LGBT characters play a like major plot role, at least in the first two books I've read. Like primary characters, which is, and it's not like tropey either. And so it's definitely something I'd suggest you like support. It's really good. But yeah, let me just check this without my overlay and see how this looks. Who's calling me right now? Okay, hold on one second. All right, I'll continue this conversation in a minute. I just have to go help my father get groceries out of the car, and apparently it's raining out there. So just to just gonna take like a $5. I'll just keep the music going, and you all just continue in the chat. Whew, okay. Yeah, it's raining out there. Wow. So I dealt with that. I'm back. Hey, Unsung. Now I just need to clean off my glasses because it was raining so hard. It actually covered them with water. Wow. Huh. So, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted with necessary chores, yeah, I'd highly recommend the Shadow Campaign series, Pele, if you have a chance of looking at like getting a copy or even just like getting the audiobook version on like Audible or something. It's totally worth it. Okay, back. Let's see, what did I miss? Must be nice. I have painful hail. It's windy. It's windy, and it's the worst kind of Midwestern rain. It's windy. It's very like heavy rain, but it's still like really musty hot. So it's like 68 degrees or 69 degrees outside right now, Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius. So, yeah. All the bad things about the Midwest. Just gotta try out my shirt. It's going down pretty hard out there. No wonder my internet's struggling a little bit. But yeah, so looking at the map, I think we got pretty good setup going. What I might do is thunderstorm. Just take that one there. Go ahead and make some things a bit more readable here. Let's see. Here in Texas, we had a thunderstorm. I think this is supposed to turn into a thunderstorm. It's like, it's I don't know. It's kind of like up in the air right now, what they want to call it. Are the dots cities? Well, the dots aren't cities. The dotted lines are roads. But the various like geometric symbols are, settlements of various sizes. The regular diamond is like a small city or a small settlement. The diamond with a circle around it is like a medium-sized settlement, and then the pentagons are large settlements. Just going out of my way to kind of unify the look of this, get all the dots from out of the rings of these little medium-sized cities. It helps readability a little bit better. But yeah, just need to get these looking okay. I think they're the worst offenders here. Everything else looks okay. Having these inside the circles just makes it kind of a little bit too busy. Almost there, I hope, and then we can start getting to the part that's going to be soul-crushing, which is the labeling of all of these locations. I guess luckily I've already done that on the previous map, so I can just kind of copy from that. Running a homebrew Mouse Guard campaign. I think I have the rulebook for Mouse Guard, but I've never actually read it. It's an interesting game, in terms of its setting from what I've seen, but yeah, I just haven't read the actual rules, so I don't know what the gameplay would be like. I mean, the book's beautiful, well illustrated. Pretty sure I'm thinking of the same of Mouse Guard. I think I've got that book. About 2 years now, on and off. Well, that's pretty good. That's a chonky game. Yeah, our 5e D&D game that my current group was playing before the current game we played was I think it was about 2 years we went on for. Sleeping Giants lasted about 2 years, I think. Didn't play to full, like, level 20, but we played to, I think, level 15 D&D 5e from second level. So it was, yeah, fairly long campaign. I mean, we actually, like, finished the narrative, so... You know, that doesn't usually happen in most home games. One of the benefits of playing an online game that's live streamed is you kind of have a reason to go through it all. Probably could have just saved myself time if I was a bit more neater with the brush when I originally went through here, but oh well. It's more content. And it's not like you all come in here to watch me execute flawless cartographical techniques. Cartographical, I think would be the, yeah, cartographical. That's a word. Well, it's a word in this stream, let's say that. Demand world-class cartographical drawings. Oof. Best I can give you is mediocre. Okay, I think I just cleaned up all the... No, still a couple up here. Of course, Pensilia would have some. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so next thing. See, the problem is because I'm doing this as like a hand-drawn kind of map. I have a very limited color palette of just black. See progress on the mountains. Mountains are done. We're working on we're already done with the settlements. Now we're just putting in the paths, borders. Then we're gonna start putting down labels. I'm working on this group for a while. I got 3 groups I work with. First group I inherited from my dad. GM. Dad joined as player. Oh, that's cool. Interesting. Yeah, so just found another one that I missed. It's a bit too close there. But yeah. I guess now it's time to put down borders, which is going to have to be a different brush that's noticeably different enough from the dots. I mean, how's this dashed line look? I guess the dashed line looks different enough. Be visible enough. Okay, so... borders. I guess this is when I can kind of start talking about cartography and map-making theory. So... I'm making this setting is coming from an original map that's already got borders set up, and it takes place like, I don't know, not maybe 100 years in the future of where this map is set. So it's a decent time span. So I've got to kind of work within those borders. Looks like a dashed line right there. Dashed line looks like a dash. Yes. So, for example, this is the map that I'm basing it off of. This has national borders, but this takes place during a time that's kind of akin to the 30 Years' War kind of era, kind of for Europe. So this whole region, the Algan Republic in this map, is kind of like the German states of this era. So there's a lot of little little free cities and baronies and counts and, you know, just a whole bunch of small nations. So I've got to work out a way of dividing it so it looks organic. So need to figure that out. Let's work on it. Spy a boot? Yes. You found the analog to Italy in this in this setting. What was that? The Tyrrhenic Peninsula. I also want Pensilia to be divided. Fulden will be mostly the same, along with Littleich and Thalchus. So their borders will be relatively similar. So I can use that as kind of a guide. So this being the case, let's make these a mite thicker. Just a little bit more. Let's make that an 8. Yeah, that'll work. So starting from say here, let's say the borders do change a little bit, so kind of go across here through the mountains. That. Cool. Still no. All right. Let me just see how that readability goes with this. That needs to be a thicker dashed line. Let's see if we get to size 10 maybe. Let's make it a wee bit thicker. Yeah, that'll kind of work. Ooh, maybe we put the opacity down slightly on the roadways so they blend in just a tad with the under map. 65. So they're still visible. Then we go ahead and put down the borders here. So yeah, I used dotted lines already. That's where I'm putting the roadways. Or that's how I'm doing the roadways, is the dotted lines. So the dashed line has to kind of be the national border. Yeah, dots are roads. Maybe we'll put these change that, did I? Okay. So, oh, I think I know the one you're talking about, Inquisitor. Yeah, no, I've read that too. Okay, a border can go here as well. Kind of using the mountains as a natural. Natural one there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase these from when they overlap the mountains so that the mountains are a bit more free flowing. I think that makes it a bit more readable. Especially since there's a chance that this map will go into a supplement book and be sold. So I definitely want it to look nice. We also use the river as a point, so there's national borders represented there. Okay, got that. All right. Like an allegory to all those little OPMs and various paradox games in this little section here. with really weird borders. Adorable tiny principalities. Yeah, principalities or little baronies or, you know, free like free cities, kind of the idea. Probably won't even have like a name on them. They're probably just gonna have a number. Oop. I hate it when that zoom function kind of screws up a bit. Use of tank knights. It's interesting. There's always a lot of interesting ideas you can do with cyberpunk and very sci-fi kind of settings or quasi-sci-fi settings. Check here. Delkia is definitely a part of the Altrian Confederation. In fact, they might own this city along the river. This border here. In real life, OPMs that still exist annoy me, but are interesting. Yeah, there's a couple of tiny microstates that are still around. Most of them just exist because they have an obscene amount of wealth, or they kind of got in on the whole, you know, we'll let anybody bank here with no taxes kind of, you know, market. Okay. It's the Galbians. Now, let's get the border with Folden worked out here. Got that. New stuff. Have a good day. All right, Inquisitor, you have a good day. Hope you have a good one. Oh, there's some thunder. Yeah, that storm's picking up. Oh, you hear that? That's my window rattling in its frame. I might also put like a little mini glow on the border bits. Maybe that'll make it a little bit more legible. Tiny border effect. I mean, that's way too much, but 0.5. Instead of it being white, maybe like a really, really light gray, maybe. Not light enough. That's a bit better. Yeah, that actually works a little bit. I might still make that a little brighter, but that doesn't look too bad. That little glow does help. I don't know if it'll still be usable whenever this is exported, but we'll see. Blizzard? I don't know if we're getting a blizzard. We're getting snow right now, or not snow. We're getting we're not getting snow right now. We're getting rain. Just a lot of rain. It's pretty heavy. And some you know, a little thunder and lightning, but it's nothing that bad. A lot of wind, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's Illinois. It's the Midwest. In Canada, they've been talking about a blizzard hitting Manitoba soon. So, maybe, but I mean, I'm in like central, like lower central Illinois, so that'd be a pretty bad one to affect us. And if anything, it's probably just going to be extra rain or like more stormy weather, really. Someone who lives in Ohio, you can keep the thunderstorm. Oh, Ohio. That means we can't be friends. You're in a if you live in Ohio or Indiana, we just can't talk anymore. So the 3 Pencillian states. So how is Northern Allegan going to look? How's this going to be split? Let's see. Roach, at least you don't live in Michigan. Then we couldn't really be friends. What is it with Ohio and Michigan? I just don't get it. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Just doing some map making and chatting. This map looks absolutely fantastic. Thank you for a pen and paper game. Well, we're not using pen and paper, but yeah, we're it's for an RPG group. Yes, we're a group that plays like every Tuesday. We live stream it, and I'm the GM, so I'm doing all the world building and making of hit the microphone, and making all the assets and everything right now for it. So that's kind of the story behind this one. This one specifically, it's going to be a Zweihander campaign, so kind of going for an oldie, like a hand-drawn kind of looking map. I think that's all the borders done. Is it all the borders done? Yeah, I think that's all of them done. Altria, Galbian, the Foldens, Pensilia, the Algan states, Thalchus, Littlich. Yeah, no, they're all done. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be good. We've been playing for going on. It's been a while. We've been doing our campaign for a while. Or we've been playing together for a while. At least one of them we've been playing for almost 10 years now, but the group itself, I think we're closer to 4 years now. 4 years as a group playing together. We just finished up our previous campaign yesterday, or we finished up the story yesterday. Next session's just going to be the epilogue of all the characters and everything. So this is the pre-prep for the next campaign, which will be happening sometime in like early May is the current time, right? Yeah, sometime in early May, 17th or the 24th is when we're doing the next game. So I'm getting everything ready for that. Kind of quick. I normally would have more time and things pre-prepped, but we had to kind of emergency pull out of our previously planned campaign, so kind of reusing some world building from a book I'm writing to not have to worry about building a whole new world. Okay, well, with all those done, then we definitely need some more small settlements in this like little area here. So just go ahead and Control C, Control V. And then we'll put it in the settlements tab. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just kind of place them around strategic areas so none of these have like super empty feelings to them. Ten. It's getting more interesting by the minute. It's really not. I haven't made a lot of progress because I've been very busy with work, so the book's been kind of on hiatus for a bit. But yeah, this is where the original like map that this map is now based off of came from. Because I had to, again, I had to make this really quickly, or I was I was gonna be up a creek. So, yeah. Okay, so we got those. Kind of fill those out. Oh, there's another thing of thunder. Don't know if you can hear that. That's pretty loud. It's a good thing this auto saves. Power goes out and I lose this progress. Gonna strangle someone. But yeah, no, if you haven't been around, so you wouldn't know, the original map that I'm basing this map off of is this one, which is an obscenely large resolution kind of atlas type map that I made for the setting. And it probably doesn't come through the stream, but this is, if I keep zooming in, you can see just like labels and details and stuff like that. It's a pretty detailed setting map. So yeah, like so the original setting was in kind of it's a fantasy setting, but it was originally set in kind of this world's equivalent to the late 19th or early I guess late 19th century, early 20th century kind of a technological equivalent. But the campaign game we're playing is Zweihander, and Zweihander has more of a like late medieval, early Renaissance kind of feel. It's very much equivalent to like Warhammer Fantasy, the old world, and it's like a kind of technological setting. So that's what just gonna, so I can hear myself talk here. I'm not gonna change it for you, but I'll just change my headphone settings so I can actually hear myself talk. But yeah, the Zweihander has that kind of similar setting. So I'm taking this world and I'm backtracking it towards this world's equivalent to like, it's like the 30 Years' War, which I think is, God, was the 30 Years' War like the 16 or 1700s? I think it was the 1600s, wasn't it? I don't know. It's equivalent to kind of like that, but with a little bit better technology. Is kind of what I'm doing. Something I should invest in. Something I invested in was an uninterruptible power supply, so I have 20 to 40 minutes of time needed to ensure everything is saved and PC shuts down safely. You know, I keep looking at one of those, Pelly. I honestly do. I keep looking at one of those UPSs, like, and it's one of those expenses where it's like, I know I would like to have one, but it's never like a pressing issue, because it's only pressing when it's like about ready to happen, or so I never pick it up. But I really should get a UPS. My privilege, I guess. I live in the middle of nowhere. Osvir. What was that? That'd be Osvir? I'm not sure. Oz. I'm gonna call you Oz. Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere, so you know, it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen, it usually doesn't get fixed for like a while. It's just, you know, part of the experience of living in the country. Oz is good. Okay, great. And I'm just going to connect these up to the road network, since kind of doing that. become a pressing issue when power kept dropping last year, so I had to. I stopped losing work. Almost 30 years war was 1618 to 1648. Yeah, no, I thought so. Yeah, that's kind of the setting I'm kind of going for, except firearms technology is a little bit more advanced is kind of the setting I'm going with. I think I just connected up all those new towns I just put down. Yeah, I think so. Okay, cool. So borders are done. Towns are done. Roads are done. Now it's time for the labels to get put down. So this is the part that's gonna suck. So settlements there. Let's get a new... Actually, we don't need a new layer. We need a new folder. Okay. So we get that done. Oh, Oz, are you like a mod or something from like Paradox stuff, or because I've totally I would have, I don't remember your name. Oh, there was a huge update for Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts with that AP and HE customization, a huge amount of campaign updates. Oh, awesome. I'll have to check that out. See, the thing is my go-to game if I want to do like naval like management is Rule the Waves. I love Rule the Waves. Yeah, I am. Okay. That makes sense then. So time for text. Text and font, of which I have hundreds. Well, let me use one example city. So Barnay. We'll do Barnay. Which will make that font a lot larger. Okay. So now the question is, what font? 18th century. 18th century could work. This is supposed to look like a hand-drawn map. It might be a little out of place. That would be too... It has to be legible, so it can't be like cursive. This is gonna be a long one. Renee, that's could be interesting, but that's very distinct. Balthazar. Balthazar. Ooh, that one might be good. Let me scale that up a little bit more to like maybe a 75. What do you think? That for like labels? It's that's the font name is Balthazar. Where the heck did I get Balthazar from? That's definitely not a pre-installed font. Yeah, Italic could work with that too. It's very fitting. Yeah. It's not too fancy, but still readable. That's the thing, it's got to be readable. That's the problem. So I've got plenty of like little fancy fonts that that would fit, but all right, Pelly. If you've got anything that works, go ahead and send it over. I currently have Discord muted because I didn't want to deal with it. Usually that's a good point. Let me go check and make sure nothing's blowing up. Okay, it doesn't look like it. It's always a big debate. That or papyrus would be my opinion. Papyrus is so overused though. That's a problem. I like papyrus. Let me get down to it. I have way too many freaking fonts on this machine. Papyrus. Do I not have papyrus installed on here? I guess I took papyrus out of my of here. Coulson Antique. Coulson Antique. It's C-A-S. Coulson, not Coulson. I might not have that one. Yeah, I might not have that one. Antique. Is there like a search function on here? Wouldn't that be finding a new font? Yeah, no, there's no search function. Or maybe there is over on my other. I know there's another function for searching text tool. No, that just brings up the text tool. Yeah, I guess I don't have. I don't have that one. I don't want to download one because then I'm gonna have to go through downloading stuff, and that's gonna take time. I mean, Battlestar looks pretty good. Worst. It's the worst because you can't like change text. Like you can't like group select text boxes then change text across all of them. You have to like select the actual text. So you got to make a firm decision before you put down 30 labels. Unless I added that in since the last time I started working on maps. Could go Tolkien, but that would be very on the nose. Do you have over 300 different fonts? I have 363, Pelly. So, take that. Antique. Like Gothic. I think I've got Gothic actually. I'm pretty sure I got Gothic. I think that's a default one, maybe. Or not. Ooh, Germain. How about that one? So I mean, it's real fancy. I mean, that looks sufficiently like fantasy, right? Yeah, 290, which you'll never use. You have no idea on. You have no idea. Yes, that is painfully true. I've quite literally downloaded fonts for one asset for one thing before. I have done that. That one is pretty dope. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. That's what is that? Fucking eyes. Germanica. A bit too much. Well, I mean, it would look like an old German font because it's Germanica is the name of the font. So definitely, that's it's definitely what it's supposed to be. Because if I just for example, I want to do the. I just want to give an example here. Do I have? Or did I get rid of those assets? Did I get rid of those assets? Please tell me I didn't, because that would so suck. No, I just moved them. Okay, cool. Doesn't sound like it. Not that fitting in paper-like scene. Yeah, Balthazar was a bit. You end up being able to have options, which is super handy. That's very true. I'm just to give an example of like how petty or how like oh dude, where is it at? Yeah, here they are. Cool. I downloaded multiple fonts just to basically I ran an Arma 3 group for a long time, and we did a Halo campaign. Like we did it was the Operation Trebuchet mod, and we just did Halo on it. And so what I did was I made actual like PDF handouts for like intelligence handouts for the players that were playing in the op. And I went as far as just because I wanted to have a asset that looked like a CCTV camera, like looking at an airport, like an airport that had been attacked, kind of thing. I went and found the open source. Didn't require me to buy it. Like multiple like fonts for those old like like VHS and CRT like TV fonts. Hold on, I think I've got it here. If I can open it. Yeah, okay, here it is. So this is kind of like equivalent to what it said. Like that font, I downloaded that specifically just for that section of this briefing, just so I could have that there. And like these little like addendum sections. And then downloaded a specific font for this asset in the bottom right-hand corner, this UNSC, well, no, the UNSC asset was just a thing I downloaded and kind of like adjusted, but like this whole like readout, HICOM/third UNSC MEF /UNSC Reapers /direct feed /reg rich /etc. like that, like it's like an IP address kind of guide thing. That was a specific asset, including the you can't see it, but there's a barcode, and I have a barcode font specifically just for that. Oh, do I not? Did I not? Oh no, here they are. Okay, yeah. Ooh, yeah. No, these should be fine. So, like I said, so CRT effect, and then the font itself, font down there. All these fonts were just for these two pictures. That's all they were. So you have no idea how detailed I get with like stuff I make. So yes, I have a lot of fonts, and yes, most of them are just going to be a one use kind of thing. Details like these are like give great immersion. That's what I was trying to do with it. With that whole campaign. I think I've got it recorded. It might be on this channel. I think I have like at least my like Zeus perspective on the of that whole campaign, like on this channel. Oh, you have no idea, Pella. Yeah, the Arma the Arma community goes hard, goes real hard on that kind of stuff. All right, unnamed object. Have a good one. Getting back away from the tangent, but I mean that's what you come here for, is the tangents. Ooh. How about this font? I was gonna go back up to Balthazar, but this one could be a nice middle ground between Germanica and Balthazar. Font selection. Really looking how it looks so far. Well, thank you. Glad. I have multiple years of map making experience, so it's good to know it doesn't go to waste. Balthamatic. Yes, that's fine. It's more handwritten. I think I'll go with this. I think this looks good enough, like as a middle ground. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with that. So for label size for big ones, we're gonna go with 60. Oh God, do I have that guide still? I've totally forgotten it. Oh, what is it? What is it? There's a guide for like good practices where to put labels for maps, because there's a certain way your eye tracks, so you want to keep to that. Oh, who made that little was it Artifexian that made that little handout? Totally forgot. He hasn't made anything in a long time. Be in his labels. Well, I think top right is correct, but the thing is that there's a like if you can't get top right, then there's another one that's the next best, and then one after that, and there's one you should avoid at all costs. The problem is that I'm I'm left-handed, and I think that changes the way that I perceive. Like my immediate kind of I check in a different way than a lot of people. So I just don't want to I don't want to assume. Right, top right is the best. Bottom right is the second best. Top left is the third best. Avoid bottom left as much as possible. Above and below you should avoid. Directly left and right you should avoid. Yes. I think yeah, okay, cool. I've got it up on the side now, so I can remember it. So Barnay, we'll put this in settlement names because we have to keep track of it somehow. Let's get the major settlements out of the way. So let's get Zeleningrad. Cool. Should have made that all caps. Okay, yeah, can't do that with this font. So. So Leningrad. Avoid the ones with all the accents, because I don't know how I originally typed those and I don't remember, so that's going to be a journey. Where's the other one? Staffelberg. So if I remember correctly, if you can get it over water, put it over water. Was the other guide there? Filderham. Don't stop believing. Harvey. Dalkia. I'm really lucky that this is an already made kind of area and then with all the names, because this would take so long. Ovka. Get Almdorf done. Oh, hey, it looks like that, it looks like the A, the capital A, is glitched on this font. So, that sucks. No, even with bolded. Can I get like... No, that is just that is a broken A. That sucks. Huh. That's going to be a problem. So, back to font hunting. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go with Balthazar as a font. It's a handwritten font look, so it'll... Can I whole select these and just change them? Oh god, there's a shortcut for this. I know there is. How do you apply... Oh, how how do you apply settings to multiple layers? No, there's a way of doing it. I know there is. It's gotta be. CSP Clip Studio Paint. Is there, oh, the operation tool? No. No, that ain't gonna work. Ooh, this is annoying. Oh. I love Clip Studio Paint for this kind of work, but sometimes artificial things. Yeah, I guess you can't. Okay, well. Okay, well. At least I caught this early. How could an A be the thing that's glitched? That's like... Carva. Yeah, first letter. How do you mess it up? It's probably just a glitch on my install of the font or something. Maybe something glitched when I installed it, because it's definitely not a default font. I did recently have to transfer all my stuff from one drive to another and then back to a new drive, so maybe something, you know, can't perfectly copy everything all the time. And Barney is the last one. Cool, cool, cool. Whew. So next one, next large city. Okay. Floren. And again. Okay. Just trying to spot any other major names I may have missed. Sigginsworth. Just need to double check on the spelling of that one. Cygnsworth. Sigginsworth. Okay. Oh. Fool. Fol. Okay, and then Aristide. But how do I do that accent on the text? That's gonna be the bastard one. Okay. Aristide. Oh, I know there's a thing for this. Window. There's like a paragraph or a text paragraph or. I guess what I could do is just bring up the old map and copy and paste from its section there. Since I still have the work file of that, it's just going to take a bit to open because it's like a 6K image, so, or bigger than that. So just take a minute for that to actually open up. See, yeah. Actually, it's been going by a lot quicker than I thought. We get all the labels for the towns done, then it's just going to be the labels for the nations. Those will take a little bit longer because I'll have to make up some of those. And then might also label the rivers. I don't know about that one yet. Just double checking Discord while I wait. Making sure nothing's blowing up. Nothing big by the looks of it. Okay. While I wait for that to open, because it's taken a while for that to update on my computer. Here's that'll just go right there. It's all the major settlement names. Just see about readability without the overlay. Oh, yeah, they definitely need a layer effect. Just a little 1 pixel glow effect on them. Make them legible from the other black lines that they're around. I guess the next thing is we'll drop the text size 10 points and start doing the intermediate sized settlements. St. Tilo. St. Tilo. Let's put down Les Maisons. Les Maisons. Everny. Vilsland. The gear Tris. It's been a while since I've had to pronounce any of these. Saint Haldir. Okay, there we go. So in terms of Control-C, go back over here. That needs to be be 60, and that needs to not be bolded and lowercase. Oh, I remember now. There we go. Cool. Now let's keep going with the mid-sized town names. On Fort. Ashterville. More. You know, doing this makes me want to get back to work on the book. It's been a while since I've thought about some of these areas, and I've got a lot of them kind of like fleshed out in my head. I kind of want to start doing something with them, but yeah, but I need to do this first. Saru. Oh yeah, there it is. Haven. What's your book about, Roach? It was going to be well, I guess it still is. It hasn't been totally abandoned yet. It was a fantasy book, but I guess is there a word for it? Not flintlock fantasy, but it's like it's set in this world's kind of early 1900s equivalent, during kind of a somewhat equivalent event to our World War One. But it was a fantasy setting, so there were various like humanoid species, but non-humans, like dwarves, elves, orcs, etc. And it was going to be a kind of like a story about one individual orcish individual who had some magical aptitude and was taken in by their nation's version of kind of like a I guess you'd call it like a mage corps, and for training and everything, and then the war sparks off, and then gets assigned to kind of like a nowhere post that becomes relevant in the fighting. So it was kind of a story of that. At least that was the plan. Sounds cool. You'd read it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I always like the idea of like in all of my fantasy settings for D&D and other games, I've always kind of gravitated towards the idea of going past the standard setting that you always get to, always like forever medieval fantasy setting where everything's kind of just frozen in time. I always wanted to get past that. So I kind of wanted to write something that was equivalent to that. It was a standard fantasy setting, but it's like, a couple hundred years after the whole, era where adventurers were going to be, riding around the countryside, killing wildlife. It would be, politics have taken place, laws exist. The wilderness has been beaten back, and, people just kind of get on with their lives. And how would that kind of manifest with all these various races coexisting and magic existing in a way? I also wanted to stay away from the trope of, as society becomes more codified and, existent, magic stops working. No, magic, I mean, if it's a force of nature, then if it's a force of the universe, then it wouldn't care one iota if, laws were starting to be enforced on the countryside. So why not have magic still exist? And how would that function in a kind of advanced society? So that was... I always liked that idea, and I wanted to explore that. Welcome back, Red. And my eyes are bad. I read one of those names as mostly dry. Don't know which one that would be close to. And there's this weird kind of double effect because I'm writing over a guide. Because if I've already got it all written out, why not? Did I get all of them? Oh, that's, yeah. Talking about this one right there. Always wanted to write. Always wanted to read it. One of my favorite authors, David Eddings. May he rest in peace. David Eddings. Sounds familiar. David Eddings, 2009. Died. What was he known for? Genre fantasy. Dreamers. It's not. Not ringing a bell. I have to look into it. And then this town here. That is Ovadan. Am I missing any middle-sized town? It's always annoying when you miss one and you gotta go back. Guess it'd be easier if I just had this switched off. That's not as easy. That's not any easier at all. Getting into the phase of the map where there's a lot of things on there, so you kind of have to. So you can't like be zoomed out all the way. Can say a few things that have to be kind of shifted around a little bit. Sure, alignment's all good with some of these. Okay, I think I got them all. I think there is one I'm missing though. This one right here. That's a larger city, so that goes up to 60. Lesia. Okay. So now we get to the small settlements. Sure, gonna be, there's a lot of them. Let's just say that, there's a lot of them. I guess I'll take these in chunks. Let's do this area first. I'll have to bring this down from 50 to 40. Both are really good. I'll have to read up on it. K-Dog, I'll have to see. Ash. Oven. Yeah. No, shoves. Well, quartz. Black. Looked owl. Evil Mal. Arnolo. Heirloom. Trying to take this in chunks, but I know I'm gonna miss some. Oh, okay. Neo. Then it's been done. And will avoid the ones with all the accents as much as possible. Like a pass after. Get through the easy ones. Ludenberg. Sen. Then we'll have to come up with names for the ones I added because this is a much smaller scale map than the original, so I had to add in some for filler. Swan Ford. Added Hornsey. Horus. Arcala. Urinin. Alamiris. Dearest. Dear is. North. Point. Pittsburgh. Whew. Keep going here. We're all get through these. Quicker we get through these, the quicker I can get to kind of wrapping this map up and then start working on the other one. Field. Golden leaf. Your stay. Your field. Eaters. A lot of these. A lot of small towns. Ooh, I think I finished through all of the Stellaris soundtrack, so that was a while. Let's see here. Do CK3. Put that up. Holds. Bjorn Hall. Veteran. Quality content right here. Watching somebody type a whole bunch of nonsense words. Dinner. 10. It's already been done. Any human. Oh God. Going to move. I'm going to unplug my. Well, if I unplug it, then I have to restart the program. I'm just going to shift my damn drawing pad over. I'll use it as a mouse pad, so I got the room. Yeah, there we go. That way I don't have to keep leaning over it. Reach my keyboard. It amazes me right now that 8 people are watching me just type. I'm more silently lurking now. That's fine. You don't have to talk unless I demand it. Totally not doing other inst. Yeah, usually when I'm watching somebody on a live stream, I have something on in another tab, or I'm playing a game or something while I listen. Hmm. Whew, speaking of eating, I should definitely start thinking about what I want for dinner, or I guess dinner slash lunch, because I didn't have lunch either. Too busy dealing with work stuff. Didn't have time to think about sustenance. this as well. No, it did not. Okay. Well, got all the easy ones, it looks like. Everything else has got some sort of accent, or I'm going to have to come up with it on my own. So, progress-wise, wings and cheesy breadsticks are always a good solution for that, Roach. Nah, not for me, because I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I can't order out. It'd take like better part of an hour for a pizza guy to get out here, so no, I've got a couple of things I could probably make. It's not a big deal, but okay. Well, it's a pretty good amount of progress. What I'm gonna have to do is finish up naming all of the smaller towns, including the ones that I placed that weren't previously on the map, and placing the country names. Once that's done, it's mostly a finished map at that point. I might put, I'm thinking about putting like a little text box in the bottom with a little guide to the icons, and making it look like an in-universe document, probably something like, you know, map of the Algan region during X time period, commissioned by X lord or lady or something. That way it's a little bit more in-universe as a handout for my players. At least that's the plan. But, yeah. I think with that said, we're at just a hair over 3 hours, and I had a long day, but and we've already gone through an entire soundtrack we've already gone through the entire Stellaris soundtrack, so we've been here long enough. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this up in my own time, get something to eat. But yeah, I want to thank everybody who came out to join me for this stream, especially all of the you know, the mods that came out that where I linked this. I hope you all enjoyed it as a little decompression and kind of relaxation stream. Yeah, I'm going to be I'm planning on doing these streams once a week, so every Wednesday, same place, kind of same time. But there's probably going to be, I don't know yet, there's a chance I might switch over to start using my Twitch channel or not. I'll make an announcement if I do. And on Saturdays, on this Saturday and all Saturdays to come, I'll be doing a hobby stream where I'll be painting. So if you want to come and join me for that, you know, press the little, you know, bell icon or whatever so you get a little notice when I schedule something. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I hope you all had a good time. Bye.